All right, we got some more 390 content coming at you. People were asking about the wheelie video there. I'm not a good wheelie guy or anything like that, but you know, working away at it. And I mean, every bike's different. The clutch control, the power, and how easy it wheelies and all that stuff. But people were asking about this bike and how to wheelie it and how easy it was and all that stuff. So I was gonna do a wheelie video, but then I went for a trail ride with my nephew, and yeah, we got a flat tire here. So ordered a new tire because I would say this tire's ruined, and I have a tire warranty, so I'll get a free tire. So I ordered that in, whatever. But like, if they check it out and say that the tire is no good, or the tire is good and they want me to use it, I'm not gonna use it. But I mean, there's lots of tread on it, so I mean, I'll give it to my nephew, and he can use it or whatever. Because I mean, it's a long-lasting tire. It's an enduro tire, not a dual sport tire, not a dirt bike tire. So, and it's a good tire. It gets good grip. I really liked it. The back tire sucks. I hate the back tire. But this Crew 4, awesome front tire. Awesome. But I mean, I rode on it 50 kilometers, dead ass flat, and like, you can see where it rubbed here. But I mean, the tire seems fine. So I mean, maybe they won't let me change it out and pay for it. Maybe I'll have to pay for it myself, whatever. Anyways, I got a new set of tires coming, front and rear. Heavy duty tubes, because I'm pretty sure this is just a cheap tube in there, which is where the problem was. I wasn't doing anything super extreme. So anyways, we're gonna get new tires, so we gotta wait on that. Whether this one will be paid for, yeah, we'll see. But if not, then I'll get to keep the tire and give it to him or whatever. Anyways, so there's that. And so no wheelie videos for a week or so, but something that'll help with the wheelies is I've always wanted a handbrake for the rear for doing wheelies and stuff, so you can do stand-ups on the pegs and all kinds of cool stuff. Like, always thought it. And this is a pretty cool little stunt bike. I've always had bigger bikes, so this can be a pretty cool little stunt bike, I think. So like enduro, and it'd be nice to have the handbrake, and for just reasons not to flip over. So handbrake kits are pretty expensive and all that other stuff, and they want you to add another caliper and sell you a mount for the back and all that stuff. But we're not going to do that. What we're going to do is we're just going to splice into that one, technically. So, to save money. Now, there's like no cheap way to go about it, because like, it has to be hydraulic, obviously, because it's hydraulic brake, right? So this is a cable clutch, and most clutches are cable on stuff. So we need a hydraulic for the left side. That's hard to come by, because it's only the right side that's hydraulic for your front brake. And then, like, I guess you could get a hydraulic clutch lever for this side, but like, I'm not really sure about that. And then, like, what bike has a hydraulic clutch lever? Anyways, so basically what you do is you just go on Amazon, and like, four-wheelers with CVTs have like back brake, front brake, both hydraulic. So I just ordered a left side hydraulic brake for like an ATV. So here it is right here. $20. It even has park brake on it, so that'll be badass for hauling it. So I can set a park brake, put it in gear, and set a park brake, so that'll be nice. So just mount this baby right here. Hydraulic, left side brake. It's 4 brakes, not a clutch. I mean, I think a hydraulic clutch one would work too, I would say. But anywho, this is made for brakes. So let's mount this baby up right here. Then we'll have dual levers. And then what I do is run a line from here all the way back to the back, all the way down through, and then right where this banjo bolt is, I bought a double banjo bolt. And that's not uncommon, because on my Bandit and other sport bikes, you only have the one clutch, you only have the one brake lever in the front. So they run like one brake line down into the front here, into either a splitter, like a little block that splits and two lines come out to go to your two wheel cylinders or calipers. But I've also seen where it just goes in, and then, I mean, it has one in, one out with a double banjo bolt, two banjos stacked on top of each other that go out, and that's what we're going to do. It's not a big deal to buy. I'm not sure which size it was. There's here's one here. It's like a 1.5 and or like a 1.25 and a M10 1 pitch. Like this one's the 1, and I think this one's the 1.5 or the 1.25. So I'm not sure which thread pitch it is for the caliper. So I got two just in case. Then here's the regular one with one banjo that goes on it. You get your two crush washers here, so it just slides on, one banjo, boom, one line. But these ones, zoom in here. I'll take it out just a second. Okay, here's the difference. Here's a regular one. If you're just gonna hook up one brake line, it's got the one hole for the one banjo bolt to go in. This one has two, so I can have two feed lines coming into the same caliper. So I can have my handbrake on this side, then I can have coming in here, and then I can have my foot brake coming in here, going to the same caliper. So squeeze it, goes in, and then I can use my foot brake. So this lets me share the same caliper instead of putting two calipers on, making a mount, all this other stuff. This is your foot brake only, and this should let me use handbrake and foot brake without adding another caliper. So I'm not sure if it'll work, but in theory it should work. I mean, it works on the front brakes on sport bikes and stuff. Double banjo bolt, line coming in, double banjo bolt out to each side of the caliper. So all in all, with ordering two of these, the two different sizes, these were like $8 each, so these are a little pricey there, but I mean, you buy it once and you're done. The only reason I bought two is because I wasn't sure which one it is, and maybe it's not either of these. Maybe it's totally different altogether, but luckily bikes are pretty standard for the banjo bolt size and stuff. I don't know why they did that. It seems too easy. They'll probably change that and make it harder for some reason, but it seems to be okay. But anywho, yeah, so all in total with these two bolts, I think it's 5.5 foot brake line, and the lever, it was $75. So that's pretty cheap. This was 20, and then like the line and the banjo bolts and stuff, it's a pretty cheap deal, really. So if this works, it's a pretty cheap handbrake, and let's see if we can hook it up. We'll see if it actually works. Well, some of you probably would have already guessed, you can't cheat the system. You do need two calipers, so I'm gonna have to get another caliper, make a bracket and mount it. You can't cheat it. I tried to beat it. You can't. I hooked it up. The double banjo bolt definitely did work. Stacking them on there and running the other line in. But what ends up happening is when you run the two lines, the way the double banjo bolt works on the other one is it's a single line in, and the double banjo is feeding out. I was running two feeds in, hooking together to the one output. What ends up working is when you squeeze the lever up here, it would just push fluid out. I mean, path least resistance. Is it going to push these pistons, or is it just going to backfeed and push out here? Or when I hit the brake, it just try to overflow the reservoir here. So that didn't work. So I was like, oh, well, maybe I'll jump into this ABS box and try to do it that way. It didn't work that way either. So what I ended up doing is this kind of cool little cheat code thing anyway. It'll work out pretty cool. I did get it mounted and hooked up. It does work. Got my clutch here. Handbrake here. So that's pretty cool. It's all tucked in there, pretty cool. And what I did is I hooked it into the ABS box. So I got front ABS and rear ABS. What I did is I disconnected the rear brake, or the foot brake, from the box here. So this runs in the ABS box, and then ABS is the rear brake. So this will have ABS to the rear brakes. just like the foot brake used to. And then what I'm going to do, so that way I don't have to open this up again. And not just that, but it'll only in off-road mode, when you switch the drive mode to off-road mode, can you get the rear ABS turned off. In no way in street mode can you get the ABS turned off. And then it has an ABS button here. All this does is if you hold it while you're in off-road mode, it'll turn the front ABS off, so you have no ABS. But when you the default mode, if you turn it off, turn it back on, is front ABS, no rear ABS in off-road mode. And in street mode, always full-time ABS. So I'll have ABS rear brake, ABS front brake, and then no ABS, because I'll just take this and I'll run a line back to another rear caliper. So this caliper off the front handbrake will be ABS, and then this foot brake will be no ABS. So that'll actually be really nice, because I like riding in street mode. I like it a lot better. The off-road mode's kind of ass. Like the throttle response is a little bit jumpy, but it has no top end power. But I do like the rear ABS delete, but you couldn't get it in street mode. But so where I got this hooked up now, I got an ABS handbrake. So if I need to emergency stop or like that, I can just, you know, have full ABS there. Or if I'm in a trail, I want to kind of like kick it sideways, you know, drift it out, slide into a corner or something like that. Foot brake. So just tap on the brake, drift it around, and do whatever. So that'll be easy. I just get a little line from here, going back to a new caliper and caliper mount. And that'll be easy. And then this is some ABS, goes up my handbrake, so that'll be all done. So now they get this all done, and the handbrake hooked into the ABS, going to the back brake. I can put all this shit back together, which was a nightmare to get into that ABS module way up in there and get them banjo bolts out. That was terrible. But anyways, got that done. Got the line routed. It's tucked in there good. It's tucked in the frame good. It's all tucked in. So put this all back together. And the bonus is I won't have to take it back apart to do the rear brake. All I have to do is take the little cover off that covers this. Take that off. Do my little rear brake, and it'll be done, because it's manual. There's no ABS. Just tap it and the brake will drag. So that'll be good. So we'll be putting this back together. It was a real jerk around, but I found out you don't have to. I mean, still, technically you could ride it like this. I mean, it's just the handbrake for the back brake. But yeah, so for $75, I do technically have a rear handbrake. But yeah, so I just got to do a little bit of jigging around there. Anyways, but it definitely is doable, so we'll get that back figured out, the foot brake. But yeah, so this is pretty sick. So I got the handbrake here with the ABS, plus it's got the park brake. So just pull it and lock it in. I got a park brake, so that'll be sick for traveling. So it won't move around so much, and then it's real easy to detach, because it's like made for a four-wheeler. So you just trip this. There you go. That's nice. So, like half success. Like, I do have full brakes now again. Just no foot brake. So, I mean, I don't have a tire anyway. So, that's still flat. So, I can't go riding anyway. So, yeah, put this back together. And then we'll get some parts for that short little foot brake. And we'll work some more on that. Alright, it's the next day on the handbrake wheelie build here. And I got the lever adjusted. I bent this one down, I bent this one up, seeing as it has to be rocked because it's not meant to work that way. So it actually works out pretty good. They're actually pretty level with each other. This one coming straight in. So you can almost like clutch it and then switch the brake pretty easy. Like, it's not like way uphill or way downhill. So I got them adjusted pretty good, so that's good. And remember, this one's ABS, so that's whatever. or the foot brake won't be. So I did find a caliper. I had this one laying around. It's for a 700 Raptor. This kind of medulla hangs out the back here, out the side. I'm not really a huge fan of that, but it's a nice caliper. I mean, it'd be easy to get brakes for. It's got brand new pads in it. It fits the rotor. It fits the overall diameter of the rotor pretty good, so they're pretty compatible. So yeah, that's on there like that. Got the new pads in there. Okay, so the cool thing that I found is there's two threaded holes here. There's a smaller one and a bigger one. So I put some bolts in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a plate with holes in it there. Just a big hole that drops over the nut and runs up like this. And then this is where the caliper is going to mount, right there and right here. There's the caliper mounting bolts. Get these out. So I'm going to take this 1-inch pipe, and I'll just put that on there, weld a washer on the end, and the bolt will go through that, and then that'll bolt on there like that, and then I just hook these two pipes to this bracket that flange I'm coming out here, and some like gussets in here, and that'll be easy as hell. So I'm not sure why KTM put these here, these threaded holes. I'm not sure if they're on the other side or not. Yep, there's threaded holes over here too. Not sure what that's for. Some kind of accessory of some kind, maybe like a guard that's supposed to bolt on there or something. It's pretty rugged bolts though. I'm not sure what these are for. If you know what these bolt holes are supposed to be for, drop it in the comments and let me know. Just kind of funny. It's working. It's going to work out great. So yeah, like I said, 2 bolts here. Notch this out so the plate comes back, and then it'll come up like that. And then the 2 things. So we'll get to building a bracket, and then we just got to run the line from here up to there, and it'll be done, easy peasy. So the hardest part's going to be building a bracket, but KTM hooked us up there with the bolts, so that'll be nice. So let's get at it. Alrighty, so we got the bracket all cut out. Get the hole for the axle nut and the 2 mounting bolts here. And then we got 1 standoff made, and get that welded on there. Let's get the washer in the back where it mounts onto the caliper. Get this one started. Get that welded in there. And I just got to cut it to length. But first, that ain't gonna hold shit. It's just be welded like that. So get this little template here to make a gusset. I'm gonna put this little gusset on the back side right here to hold that, and that'll strengthen that piece there. Then we're gonna put the other standoff on right here. I'll put another gusset, something like that, on that way. It'll be all gusseted up, nice and strong, and that'll be good to go. But yeah, there's the first one done. So get this gusset made, welded on, and then we'll get notching this and fitting the back one, and then we might trim some more off the back here. I'm not sure. We'll check that out, see what it looks like. But she's coming along. All right, get the bracket mostly done. Get both mounts on there. The calipers on there. Got a gusset on the back here. And got a gusset on this one going down that way. So that's good, but it only has 2 mounts here, and it's kind of flimsy because it's bending this way, right? So where this sticks out here, anyways, it doesn't stick out so bad now. It doesn't look so bad. But anyhow, we'll take a gusset here and triangle it down here, and then one this way, then one this way to bring it all so it doesn't just flop, because it's only 1/8" steel. So we'll gusset that up to bring the strength from these bolts back to here so it's not flexing. And that should be pretty good. So a couple of gussets that way, and should be locked in. I might put a bolt in the back. I'm not sure if I can. Nah, I covered it. There's also a bolt hole back there for some reason. But anyways, I kind of covered it up. But yeah, so we'll put some like an X brace there, and this should be good. Here's the bracket all done. That's what it looks like. Here's the 2 gussets on the back. And then here's the gussets on the front. Kind of made like a deflector. Kind of if anything hits, it won't catch on the caliper. Kind of made like ramps. And it also won't catch on the nut. So it kind of works out good. Had some bracing in there. Stop from deflecting and bending. But then it also deflects obstacles off the caliper, so it don't catch the caliper and it won't catch the nut. So that works out pretty good. So we'll do a little sanding, a little painting, and then put this baby on. Just got the new tires in. Got them all unwrapped. Got the tubes. Got the heavy duty tubes this time, because I'm pretty sure the stock ones are crap, and that's what gave me the flat tire. So we get that. Here they are here. These are the Bridgestone Trail wings. This is apparently a Honda factory replacement tire for a dual sport. 250 and the 650 apparently. And they just got a much tighter tread pattern than these ones. These ones are really good on the road and really good in like mud or whatever, when you can actually sink down and get the use of these big lugs. But on any like hard packed or just kind of loose gravel, terrible on loose pack and gravel. Hard pack, like a pavement and mud, these are good. But like a hard pack trail or a loose gravel trail or anything like that where they can't really grab on, they're no good. So well, we're gonna give these a go. You can see his big difference in them, how much tighter these treads are. So where the treads are tight, it should be pretty good on the road too, actually. Maybe they'll even be better on the road, because usually big lugs are bad for the road, but these were actually really good. So maybe these will be even better. But they're not the exact same size. These ones are a little skinnier. This is I think it's a 90-90-21, and this is a 80-100-21, so it'd be the same height, just a little narrower. That wasn't on purpose. I couldn't get this in a 90, so we get the 80 there. But on the back, I did go narrow on purpose. This is a 140-80, a 140-80-18. And it's just too wide. It's overkill. Like these side lugs are like brand new. They're not even getting used. I'm just riding on this big block here. I need something. This one's rounder, so it'll lay down better and handle better on the road. And then also, I might actually get to use these side lugs if the tire is narrower and cuts down in, and it might be better on the hard pack. So this is a standard tire. It's not measured in metrics. It's a, what was it on the website? Yeah, right here. It's a 4.6/18. So the 4.6 is 4.6 wide, and the conversion is I wanted to go with a 120, to go from a 140 to a 120, and a 120 is 4.7, and I couldn't get that either, so I got a 4.6. So this would equate to, this would be a 140. This would be about like a 115, like 115 and a half, or 155, I mean, or whatever. Anyways, yeah, it's not quite a 120. It's not a 110. It's in between, really close to a 120, because 120 is 4.7. This is 4.6, so just a little bit narrower than a 120, but still a lot narrower than this. And I think that'll, well, you can see like how gappy this is and how tight this is. So we'll see how it goes. Maybe these will be awful too, and I won't like these, but I will say that this front tire, the tread pattern is a lot tighter on it, and this was actually a really good tire. I'm kind of bummed that this bummed out because I was just going to change the back tire to something nice. But I went with the matching set, see how they go. Maybe this will be another good front tire, and I can leave that, and then it's going to be a rear tire issue kind of bike for traction or whatever, because like to do a wheelie over a log or something and any kind of trail stuff, I was just getting in the wet grass in the woods and stuff. Absolutely no traction of this thing. So it's got a nice deep lug on it actually, so maybe they won't last, I don't know. It's supposed to be a 50-50 tire, so it should last pretty good. These have about 2,000 kilometers on them, and they still look great. So if I can get that kind of wear out of these, that'd be awesome. It's just, I just need better tire. And the tread wraps all the way around. We're actually going to get some side lug out of this, I think, where this one wasn't getting used at all because it was too wide and it was just riding on these two big blocks here. No side grippers. So we'll see how these go. This one is warranty, so I'm going to let them do it. And I was going to let them do this one too, but I kind of just want to get into it. And I'll save some money and do it myself. And balance it and everything. So I'm going to do this one. I'm going to let them do that one under warranty. And hopefully they say the tire's bad. If they don't say the tire's bad, I mean, I drove on it for 50 kilometers, so the tire should definitely be bad. It rode on the sidewall, right? But if not, that's whatever. Then I guess I'll have to pay for it. And it'll just be the labor that's free or whatever for installing it. But hopefully that's a free tire. We'll see if they pay me back. But we'll mount this up right now because there's no warranty on that because there's nothing wrong with it. So I'll have to pay for the installation either way. So I'll just do that myself. Save myself, I don't know, 40, 50 bucks, whatever it is they're going to charge to install. So we'll get this mounted up and see what a difference it makes. But right now, this is what it looks like. It's all kind of flares out where it's wide. So I think the 4.6 will accommodate the rim better. These do not have rim locks or anything. I was surprised by that. So it should be a pretty easy installation. The fact that it don't have a rim lock might have been what happened there. If I ruin another tube or a tire or something like that, I think I'm going to buy a rim lock and put them in. But where it didn't come with one, I don't know, I'll just let it ride for now. But even lighter, less powered bikes and stuff have rim locks. So I don't know. I think no rim lock's more of a street setup because it's like supposed to be an on-off road. So I think the no rim lock is a mistake. But I don't know. So should be pretty straightforward install with no rim lock. So let's get it. See how they look. Here's the tire off comparison. How much narrower it is. And it turns out it's quite a bit shorter actually. So I mean that's losing ground clearance, but gaining some power I guess. It's quite a bit different. 1.5 inches probably or so. So I mean that's something I didn't think about. Didn't think there'd be that much of a height difference, but oh well, I mean it's pretty standard I guess. So we'll see how she goes. Anyways, let's get this mounted up. Alright, here it is. Got the new tires installed. There's actually nothing wrong with this tire, so they didn't warranty it. It's not all chewed up on the inside and everything, so sitting on the back of the bike and just riding it home was fine. So it was just the tube that was bad, but they did mount it for free, so that was nice. So I had to pay for the tire and the tube and everything, so that was fine because I wanted to change it anyway. But they did install and balance it for free, so that's good. So got a good spare set here, front and back, nothing wrong with them. That tube's good, but I wouldn't use that. I'm gonna replace it with a heavier duty tube if I put that on anything. Anywho, so I got it cleaned up a little bit, which I don't usually do. But the new tire mounted. Like I said, this is like a XL 650, 250 factory replacement Honda tire, the trail wing. And they didn't give it very good reviews. they said to change it out immediately, but we'll try it out and see how it goes. I didn't go anywhere with it yet, but mounted up on the bike. Looks pretty good. And got the caliper installed here. There's the original one. Here's the bracket. Got that all painted up and installed with the 700 Raptor rear brake. I got a new brake line. I had to get a new one. This is a 35-incher. That worked out perfect. Set up, no ABS. Direct for the foot brake. ABS for the handbrake. They do seem to be a little spongy. I just tried it out. I gotta bleed them some more or something. Drive around a little more and try to bleed it out. Which is kind of hard on a bike sometimes. But yeah, so there's that done. Also in this video, I'm gonna get rid of this. Because I said I was gonna leave it on until I scraped it. That's probably very unlikely that'll ever happen, and either way I'm gonna build a back rack slash drag bar if I did flip it or whatever, and instead of building this and it may stick out farther and hit this or whatever, I also want to put the blinkers up here in the rear rack slash 12 o'clock bar or whatever and the license plate, so I don't really want to build this, paint this, leave this thing on here, potentially scrape it, which probably won't happen, and then move all this stuff up on there. So I'm just going to build it, take all this stuff, put it up here, and blend it in, make it all, and get rid of this all in one shot. I really wanted to kind of scrape it first. I mean, I guess I could try, but I got the handbrake and stuff, but nah, I just don't want to screw up the bike, really. Not really that good of a wheelie guy, but I'm sure somebody could scrape it. But yeah, that's pretty. Look at the angle on that. Yeah, it's pretty far back there. That'd be like right up there to scrape. So, anyways, totally could. But anyways, I'm not that guy, so unfortunately. So we'll build a little back rack here with the license plate and the blinkers built in, and we'll get some protection for here in case I do loop, for which I hope I don't, but it's definitely possible. So get some protection for here, and then also move the stuff up there so it looks a little better. So alright, so let's do that. Alright, we got stage 1 done of the tail tidy deal here. We just got a plate of aluminum here. Just bolted that to the rear tail piece here, and then bolted the license plate to that. Then cut the end off. Unbolted this. Just bolts on. That's pretty easy. And then what's left is this little wing here after you take that off. So just shorten that up. Bolt the bracket to that, and bolt the plate to that. Looks pretty spiffy. Looks a lot better, for sure. Not hanging way down here. So, anywho, so then we gotta mount these blinkers and build the rack slash drag bar here. So, all the racks that are for sale mount here on the sides and then on the bottom here. So I don't want to put one there because this bag here is kind of annoying to get on and off. This side's fine, so I put a piece of pipe with a washer on it. Light on here. So it's just a washer welded to a piece of pipe. That way you can get to the bolt here, and then we'll run a piece of pipe out here, loop it around, and then for here, we're not going to put one there. I think we're going to put a couple up here to hold a rack up here, and then I'm going to do, instead of doing this one here, I'm going to do this one down here. So this one here on this side, these two up top here, and then this one here to wrap it around and everything, and then I'll just run a bar this way like to make it look like it's going there, to make it a little more symmetrical. It won't be symmetrical because I mean the bike's not, it's got the exhaust and whatever. But anyways, so that's that part done. Looking pretty good. Looks way higher in the back, looks crazy. Yeah, so there's that. Let's get the rack. Here's the back rack, all finish welded and cleaned up and ready to go. This is a piece of aluminum on the top to save weight, because I mean it's also pretty thick. So yeah, there's get them brackets in there, or gussets, and then there's where the blinker goes. There's the blinker on the other side. It's asymmetrical and whatever. And then it's got this little stub piece that goes on here. It goes up, because if that was just welded to that, then it wouldn't come out, because it's melted from the top. And this mounts it from the bottom to clamp it. And yeah, so she just needs some paint, and then mount the blinkers, and then that'll be done. Looking pretty good. It's not that heavy, but it does have some weight to it. It's all gusseted up, so it's really strong. Looks pretty good. So there's that done. So now all that's left is to take these wires and get them coming out the top here, and then paint that and bolt it on, hook the wires up, and we're good to go. So let's get her all painted up and get these wires ran through. Here we are, got the bike all done and put together, got the back rack on. Looking pretty good. Doesn't stick out too far or anything. Blends in pretty good. So for the mods that we got in this video, we got the rear brake here on the handlebars, the handbrake. We got the back rack with the blinkers and the tail tidy. Here's the caliper and the mount. That's all good, no problems. And then we got the new tires, and I'm loving these tires on loose gravel and roads like this. Awesome. Before you try to clutch it up and it just spin out with the old Crew 4s, but with these Bridgestone Trail Wings, they grip. They work good. I'm loving these tires so far. Well, we'll see how they hold up and for mileage and traction, all that stuff. But so far, we love them. So that's it. We get the little stunt spot up here. So that's it for this video. But the next video, we're gonna hit the spot, try out that handbrake, and do some wheelies and see what she'll do. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next video.